Ciao Achille, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you very much, Sal. It's a big pleasure to be here with all of you.
Thank you very much for doing this. You should know that there is two people from LLS connected to this group. So you have Maria Mena, Sara Nagel, you have Antonio Di Costanzo, Chris Blackledge from Colorado, Dirk Langford and Brian Reno from the national account, as well as some other guests like Terry Greenberg from PR, Marilyn, Nicole Drummer, and a few of your people from Piemonte. Look like Gianluca is also connected. He wants to listen in. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your winery and a little bit about the vintages that you're supposed to have presented over in Italy if you were there today.
Yeah, sure. Okay, thank you very much, Sal. Good morning to everybody. Well, we are located in Barolo. We produce Barolo. The Boroli is a family company founded by my parents, Silvano and Elena, in 1997. We are not so old, but we are a new, young winemaking. Our idea, our mission is to produce high quality wine always, ever. We started in 97 with two different estates, but one in Alba where we produce the classic wine from Piedmont and the other one in Castiglione Falletto, right in the middle of Barolo area. But it's from the 2012 when I told to my parents, my family, well, we have some of the best terroir, some of the best vineyards, that we have the opportunity to produce the best Barolo. So we have to concentrate all our passion, time, power, investment in Barolo production only. And this is why in the 12 I sold all the land outside Barolo, and today I produce 4 kinds of Barolo. Following what? Following the quality. Trying to produce every year the best quality ever for every different wine. So, you know, we have the lucky to own some of the great vineyards here in Barolo. As you know, in Barolo, there are single vineyards. We have about 170 different single vineyards. The consortium and then design a great map where identify all the different single vineyards. There is not a ranking like for example, in French. We don't have first, second, and third or third cru, but everybody knows which are the most important, the best. Of course, Canubi is the well-known, is probably the most known Barolo. And then we have other great like Cerechio, Villero, Canubi, Brunate, Vigna Rionda. Well, we have the lucky to own a parcel of 2 of them. We own single vineyard Villero in Castiglione Falletto. We own a parcel of Cerechio in the site of La Morra, Barolo. And then we own a rare case of monopole called Brunella that is exactly where we have the estate in Castiglione Falletto. Our mission is produce quality, respecting the nature, respecting the soil, and trying to exalt all the single characteristic of this great terroir. So in Cerechio, that is in the side of La Morra and Barolo, where we have a lot of sand, where we have a lot of humidity, oxygen in the soil, we just to respect the nature and keep the elegance and the finesse of the wine. In Villero and Brunella, that they come from Castiglione Falletto, we have to respect the soil there that give more body, more structure, more tannin. Of course, we do a lot of work in the vineyard, doing green harvest, doing thinning, but not so, we don't we don't want to make too much stress to the vine. So we respect, you know, as you know, the maximum production is 8 tons per hectare. We produce about between 4 to 5. We do a lot of competition in the soil between grass and vine. Every 2 years we plant different flower between one line to the other one to give more competition on the soil. And in this way, the roots can really work better and better for the quality. But the big revolution that I personally did in 2012 when I decided to follow the quality only was the most in the vinification, was in the aging. Vinification were when, for example, during the harvest, I decide to harvest every different single vineyard in different moment. That means that also in the same vineyard, sometimes I do 2 or 3 harvests, because sometimes the left side of Villero is not perfectly equal to the right side. So I keep separate the two. In this way, of course, I have more cost, I have more work, but keeping separate these two Villero of the same vintages until the bottle, I can choose absolutely always the best part of the wine. I bought in 2012 a new distillation machine that works on vibration, not anymore with the centrifugal force. And this is very important because in this way we can distem perfectly fruit from the stem without breaking the stem. Remember, of course, we know that the Barolo comes from Nebbiolo grapes. Nebbiolo is full of tannin. Has already a lot of tannin. If we add the green tannin of the stem during the maceration, we lose elegance, we lose finesse, we lose all the great things of Nebbiolo. So in this way, we are sure that during maceration, we have only the fruit and the skin. Then long maceration, that means 28, 30 days, temperature control, because we want to extract a lot, but very slowly. After when the maceration is done, another big difference is that, okay, we take off the wine, and then we have all the wet skin. We don't press this skin. In this way, we lose about 25, 30% of volume. But when you press the skin, you add also elements that can disturb the elegance. Then 18-month aging in oak. Usually we use medium large size from 500 liter to 2,500, depends by the harvest, depends by the wine, and then just age a bit the wine in the bottle. This is the process that we want to make with all the wine that we produce. We produce a single vineyard Villero, Cerechio, single vineyard Monopole, Brunella, and Barolo Classico. Of course, Barolo Classico is always the last wine that we produce, because when we decide to produce a single vineyard, we use only the best part of the single vineyard. The wine of the single vineyard that are not perfect. And I say not perfect, not bad, but not perfect, goes in the Barolo Classico. So we can say that our Barolo Classico is a blend of different vineyards, 6 different vineyards, plus minimum 50% of the single vineyard, 50% of Villero, Cerechio, and Brunella. So that's make our Classico, of course, a big Classico, a big Barolo, a big entry-level Barolo, but with an amazing elegance, an amazing finesse, because come from the 2 single vineyards. The vintage that I use it to show at the Vinitaly is the 2015 that you will have very soon in the market. But 15 for us is an incredible, probably for us is the best vintage in our short history. But 16 will be better. And I'm sure that in the future we will have something better, because every year we learn better and better, step by step, how to work better in the vineyard, in the cellar. The 15 are full in the mouth. All these wine have a great complexity, a lot of fruit. We need a lot of time because these wine are all big, so are perfect to buy cases, drink one bottle and keep 5 for long time. The other vintage that you have today in the market are 13 and 14, and I really excited about these two vintages. Very different. The 13 more classic, needs more time. 14, people said that it was a difficult vintage. Yes, right, was difficult. But today you have a superb wine. Superb wine because they are drinkable. They are Barolo that you can drink in now, that you can open the bottle and drink, not age for a long time as 2013 or 15. You have not to wait. Are very elegant, probably less power than 13 or 15, but absolutely more enjoyable today. So the wine that we want to produce always, and the vintage is not, it's not the matter, is that we want to produce elegant, finesse, and balanced wine. When you have these three characteristics, you are sure that also you have the power that Barolo needs. Or you have the drinkability, of course, and you have the power to age for a long time this Barolo. The concept that we want to tell to the people is that Boroli is not only a wine producer, because as you know in Barolo, we are more than 400 different Barolo producers. And why choose Boroli? Because we work for quality only. There are some years, for example, in 2002, we didn't produce any wine, 0. We did the harvest, we did the vinification, and then we said, okay, this is not the level of the wine that we want to give to our client. So we did the investment and we didn't produce the wine. So we trust in the quality, we trust in the soil that we have. We know that we have some of the great vineyards in Barolo as Villero, Cerrecchio, and the Monopole, and we have to continue this philosophy. Our
It looks like there is some issues with the connection here, and I'm gonna take it back. We lost you for a little bit. We lost you for a little bit. I don't know what happened. Maybe the connection went down. It's going in and out. But this is the beauty of being live.
Hello?
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't know what's happened.
Try again. The connection went down for a second. I'm not sure why. Try again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably because...
let's talk about the wines a little bit because, we are running out of time.
Yeah, sure. So the Brunella is, of course, our flag, is our monopole. Brunella is the name of the winery. It's the old name of the single vineyard that we have in Castiglione Falletto. We have document from 1666 where people describe at that time that they produced a great fruit to make a great wine in a small parcel called Prunella. Of course, at that time it was not Barolo. This is one of the oldest documentation that we have in Castiglione Falletto where people describe a single vineyard. The Prunella come from here, come from where we have the estate. You see that we have different exposition. We have south, we have east and west because run all around the estate. And what we do harvest, of course, in 3 different moments, sometimes south first, or sometimes west first, and then we keep separate is the bottling time, and we choose the best exposition. Sometimes when and then when we choose the best, we try with the other 2 expositions to do starting from 5% to 10% to do the blend to reach maximum. Is an extraordinary wine. The elegance, the finesse of the wine that comes from La Morra and Barolo. It's a unique wine. It's a unique wine because usually in Castiglione Falletto you have only power, you have a wine that has and also the power. Has more power than Brunella because you can choose only one exposition, south, and the soil is clay and limestone with a 5% of sand. And this gives to the wine more austerity, more power, more tannin, more masculine. It's a wine that you can age longer, of course, but it's a wine that usually you can you have to wait a little bit more than the other to drink. Cerrecchio is the wine, our single vineyard that comes from Barolo and La Morra side, where we have more clay, where we have more humidity, where we have more oxygen. Cerrecchio probably is the maximum expression of elegance, of finesse, of balance, of fruit in Barolo. When you smell Cerrecchio, immediately you recognize this vineyard because it is absolutely unique. It has a softness that all the other Barolo don't have not. So we have the lucky to own 3 different single vineyards that has 3 different specific characteristics. And this is the lucky that we have.
Thank you very much, Achille. Appreciate it. At this point, if there is any question from the attendees, they will come through the chat. I will want to ask you to bring, if you have, any member of your family out here in front of the camera, if anybody at home. We wanted to make it a little bit, the second part of the meeting, a little less formal, so that we can connect your home to our home. But I guess if they are starting, it's not a problem as well.
Ti ho perso, Salvatore. Sorry, Salvatore. The line
your
was not
bandwidth
perfect.
is low. Your bandwidth is low, and that's why you're coming in and out. You know.
Okay.
I think everybody is connected. So let me check. Let me check for questions by the panelists. Nobody's submitted a question. All right. Maybe I'll make one up. So tell us a little bit about you talked about the 15 vintage, the 16 vintage. How was the 17 and the 18 vintages?
The 17 was very dry. We didn't have had rain in the summer. and of course you have less balanced as 16 and 15, but the wine is very interesting because anyway is a wine that is probably more approachable than the 16 and 15. 15 and 16 are amazing, but are so big and you have to wait. The 18 is more fresh than 17. 18, okay, is of course is in oak now. 18 is a wine that will be, I think, ready sooner than 17, because we had more rain in especially May. May was the most dry May in the last 150 years, and then the summer was a good summer, a bit hot at the beginning, and then cooler in the right time in September. So we are happy. We are happy. You know, we are very lucky in Piedmont from many years.
Good for you. So let's see. Somebody came in late, and if you would want to put an order of tasting of all your cruise, which will be the order of tasting of the cruise?
Yes. So Cerrecchio is the first one, because Cerrecchio is the most elegant, is the most soft. The tannin of Cerrecchio is softer than the wine of Castiglione Falletto. And then sometimes depends by the vintage. I prefer to keep at the end Brunella. So do first Villero and then Brunella. Villero, of course, is more powerful, but the Brunella has much more complexity. So if you leave for the last Brunella, you can test better the complexity and the big difference that you have from the nose and the mouth.
Okay, thank you. So, how's you and your family coping with this arresti domiciliari, this staying at home order that you have in Piemonte? What are you guys doing to entertain yourself?
You know that I have 4 brothers. Everybody, one is in Paris, locked down there. The youngest is a doctor, and he has the responsibility of COVID-19 in the hospital of Geneva in Switzerland. And the oldest is Carlo, live in the same city where I am, and we continue.
Oh. Bring back. Sì, non si sente. Your bandwidth is slow, so it comes in and out. You know, that's what Zoom is telling me. So your connection is slow. But all right.
Okay. I know, but you know, everybody's in internet today. In this period of the in this period in Italy, and sometimes the band is low. I'm so sorry about that.
No worries. I think we made up a little bit about what you were saying about somebody in front of you working with you. Let's see if any panelist has a question. So you said there was no formal classification on Citron Barolo. Do you approve of the work? Mamma mia. That's a little bit of a erudite question. You approve the work Masnaghetti and Galloni are doing to try to create a classification system? I think there is a classification system there, but it's okay.
But you know, the Masnaghetti and Galloni, they are working on what the consortium did. The consortium in 2010 did the classification, and of course Masnaghetti, he did an amazing work doing a single map of the single plot and single vineyard. And that work was absolutely amazing. If we are looking for a classification, a ranking, will be impossible. officially, because the consortium is made of producer. And if you ask to all the producer who want to be first single vineyard, first crew, everybody stand the hand. So everybody wants to be the first. Nobody wants to be the second. So, but you know, for traditional, for historic, for quality, everybody knows that Canubi, Vignarionda, Brunate, Cerecchio, Villero, Rocche, these are the best.
Awesome. Yeah, I have myself an issue. We talked about it when I was at your winery together, where you have the lack of understanding of differences within wines in cru as big as Busia. You know, Busia is what, 200 hectares? So it's a large, it's a large mass of land with different topography, and classifying, you know, Busia as all the same, it's a little difficult. So I think that there is a little bit more work to be done, especially on the massive cru like Busia and the likes.
You know, Busia, you see the color, the orange color, all this is Busia, is more than 200 hectares. If we talk about Cerecchio, Villero, Brunate, we are talking about 20 hectares. So, and of course, in 200 hectares, you have different exposition, you have different altitude, you have different humidity, you have much more differences than a single vineyard like Cerecchio Brunate. Brunella is 2.7 hectares, and we have 3 different expositions. Look, so in Busia, Busia is very big.
So the answer, sorry again, Achille, you come here now. The answer is know your producer. For everybody out there, you know your producer, know what kind of wine they make, and the crew, like, you know, like Busia, for example, will not give you a total understanding until you actually understand and know the producer. All right?
Yeah.
Let's see if there is any more questions here. There is no more questions. So, well, Achille, thank you very much for attending.
Thank you, Sal, for the opportunity.
If you have any message you want to send to our people at LLS and some other people, please, now is the opportunity.
Just say keep safe. Today we have to say keep safe.
Thank you. Thank you very much.